from about 300 people down to 100 people.
There goes some jobs, huh?
And we have another year to finish up the rest of it. Any questions on that? Heritage Commission.
The Heritage Commission had the 3rd annual Old Home Day on Saturday, August 13th. Started with a pancake breakfast by the Brookfield Wakefield Historical Society from 8 to 11. They had, I don't know how many people, but it was a good crowd.
70.
70 people.
I'm saying 70, 71, 72, 73, because we didn't take tickets. So it's in the 70s. Let's say between 70 and 80.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a tournament.
You notice how it keeps growing?
Yeah, prophetically speaking. And then the townhouse was open from 11 until 3. We didn't have as many people this year, but I just love having that old building open because the comments that we get from people are things like, you know, I've driven by this building for years. I saw it was open, and so I wanted to come in and see what the inside was like. And it gives us an opportunity to just tell them about the history of the building. We did have a historic interpreter in the back in the schoolhouse, and she didn't really get any kids, but you know, it was just a good day for people. We did have displays up on the schools that were in this area. And Ernie, one of your relatives came up from a young man from near Plymouth, Mass.
Oh, okay.
And so we talked for quite a while to him, and everybody just spent quite a bit of time in there and really seemed to enjoy the day. The dinner was a grand success, as always, with Rick cooking. It was just wonderful. And we sold 66 tickets last year, so I kept saying, 67, 67, we want 67 people. We ended up with 91 people paying and served 110 dinners with all of us included. So I was very happy at the day. I was exhausted, as was everybody else. But you know, it was a great day, and what a nice thing to be able to open the townhouse for our people to see.
And Dick Peckham got to lead a hike up to Moose Mountain?
He did. Conservation Commission had 2 hikes that went, and
Mountain Lake, not Moose Mountain.
Mountain Lake.
so it was a good day. So
Good.
I think it's, you know, it's wonderful anytime we can open the building up.
And Diane, I did need to ask you one question for the tax collector. A little retro here. Did the school board contact you regarding uncollected taxes? They were looking for the numbers from all the towns on just to get a feel for economic times.
I have not heard from them, no.
Okay, they were looking for just kind of a gross figure. Doesn't have to be super.
Of unpaid?
Of unpaid, and they needed that for tomorrow.
Well, apparently they haven't called you, so they didn't need Brookfield.
So obviously it's not that important.
Well, they just want to know all the unpaid in the town
No, they just want to know the gross number.
that has not been paid.
Yes.
That's not a problem to give to them,
Okay.
if you tell them who to contact.
Mary Patry. She's a business manager for the district.
We'll write it down afterwards.
Yeah, I'll give you the number. And I'm sorry for digressing here.
It's all right.
Joint Loss Management Committee meets on September 13th, and the time will be posted when we get ready later.
What day is that? Is that a Monday?
It's a Tuesday.
It's a selectmen's
Selectmen's
meeting.
meeting. Okay.
And we typically do it at the
You'll be
beginning.
here.
I'll be here. It's a Monday, I propose.
Okay, Parks and Rec.
Nothing.
Planning Board.
Planning board,
Yes.
short meeting? It was a short meeting,
It was,
The cemetery trustee, or the
they took up
trustees
all
of the
our time.
cemetery showed up and took up a lot of their time.
and we figured out that this was the right meeting to be at.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And webmaster.
Change that.
You gotta change it
Just
to
a quick
web
report.
mistress.
The virtual town hall things are moving. They've got a lot of stuff done development-wise on the page. Scheduling a meeting first week in September with each of the committee heads or, department heads. They'll be meeting, an email went out today for everyone to send me their availability, so if anyone here can check their email, let me know when you can go, because we need to try to do half-hour back-to-back meetings with everyone on one day. Well, that will be challenging, but hope, and there's surveys, I think a lot have completed them. I reminded everyone that hasn't completed their survey to do that. That's kind of providing virtual town hall with the initial data for the development of that individual department's page. So things are moving forward. I'm guessing after this meeting, there'll probably be a few weeks, and then I think, not hearing this from virtual town hall, but I would think they would be ready 1st of October to probably go live with the site. I think that's a realistic. So things are going good.
And they asked for a mission statement, and what I did is I took the vision statement right out of the master plan and sent it to them. But it is very important that they get the input from all the activities. And do you know or have any feel for, do they have most of the information?
I have a meeting, a phone call that's supposed to take half an hour tomorrow with one of the representatives. I'm assuming she's going to give me some feedback at that point. I have not received an email from them saying, this guy hasn't sent me information. So I don't have a way to track. I don't know. I send out it and hope they're doing it. I'm assuming if there's issues, they'll contact me.
Okay.
I'll know more tomorrow. I'm talking with, can't remember her name, but one of the ladies tomorrow. So.
Okay. If anything I can do to help, let me know.
Is there a planned review with the selectmen before it goes live? To go over every web page so they're aware of what's going on?
I would assume we would do something like that. I don't think it needs to be planned. It could probably happen. Let's send out the link. Everyone can look at it and maybe send comments or something. I would assume. I don't know as part of the contract of what that says, but I would guess. And really, because once they go live, we then control content. If we have them change anything after that time, we're paying them to do it. So they're contracting based, the payment we're paying is kind of to get it ready.
So they give you a skeleton, and if something isn't quite correct, and selectmen want to change it, then it would be up to us, the right department head or whatever, to change before it goes live. We make the change.
I don't know the dynamics of how it's going to work, but I would assume it. I would think once we go live, then it's our responsibility to kind of change it. I would think up till that time, there should be some dialogue between the department head, virtual town hall, to get it to where we want it to be.
Right, and we're not going to change, it's not going to be content really, it'll be, with virtual town hall, it'll be more of layout and style that we would have them change before going to live.
What triggered me was the mission statement.
Right.
If you get a mission statement from a department that you don't agree with, you might want a shot at tweaking it.
Yeah, I would think the selectmen would want to do a significant,
But
good review of
the only comment I would also make is obviously we will be looking at it. If we have concerns, we would contact the chair of that various committee to coordinate with them. Because it's not the intention that the selectmen will be running the website directly. That has been delegated out to the chairman of the planning board and the ZBA, etc.
Self-regulation, maybe? I know you don't want to hear that.
Well, that's fine. It'd be exciting.
I think obviously with it, there'll be dynamics.
That and a few other
It'd be
words.
exciting.
There'll be dynamics that we'll work through, and I'm sure.
There'll be a couple of people who have master codes to get in and take down stuff that pop up that's inappropriate or not politically correct, to use a term.
4 designated people, 3 to 4 that will have ability to really maintain that, and we'll sign that on a basis.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you. MS4.
It's that time of year.
It's that time of year.
Do you want to do this now, or do you want to wait till after your old business, which we've sort of kind of done?
Do we have all the figures that we need?
I bet you do. Well,
Have we talked to
there's
Virginia?
one missing. I'm missing the highway block grant letter for this year with the appropriation, and that's a big one. So you have the income for the first 7 months in the report. Here's what I saw. Do you want to walk through it?
I have a copy for you.
And they
Well,
evidently,
we actually need the budget that we did at the beginning of the year, so we can see what we projected, then look at our revenues to date.
you've got it.
Which she just gave us tonight.
You've got proposed,
Oh,
which is your
you're right.
budget.
Yeah.
You've got what you've received through July 31st. So what I had done so far was on the land use change tax, which is $31.20. You had $5,000 in the budget. So far you've received $12,250. So I was going to put on the MS4 $5,500, knowing you've gotten at least that.
Well, we've already collected 12,000, right?
Yes?
So we would take it to 12,000.
Do you want to take it to 12,000?
Yeah, we've already collected it.
All right. What if you do
Yes.
those abatements? Would it have the possibility to go down?
No, once we set this in play, we don't have the possibility to go backwards. So once we adjust this and send it in, those are the new adjusted rates. So we haven't actually collected the 12,000. That's a projected.
No,
that we've
that's
collected.
collected.
That has gone to lien, I believe, hasn't it? Or was it,
No, this
Are
is
we
actual
talking-
money that we've put into the bank.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, this can't assume liens or
No.
projected incomes.
I don't know that. So this is only income that's actually been received.
So how much abatements are we looking at doing? What's the abatement possibility on this?
I don't know that I know that.
Approximately 12,000. 6,000 for each of those lots of
He's paid both of those?
Bennett McWhirter. He has not.
Then that's not included in this.
Okay.
So that wouldn't affect this at all.
I thought you said the projected abatements.
No. I
Already abated.
the only thing that would affect this $12,250 is if we abated someone who paid already, not somebody who
right.
still owes us. So out of this $12,250, are we looking at anybody asking for an abatement of those funds?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
You
Then at
don't-
that point, we would claim the 12,000.
You don't give an abatement, when it's been
Because this
paid,
is on
it's a
land
refund.
use checks, right?
It'll be a refund if the person had paid and you refunded them. It's an abatement if it's not ever paid.
Right, you're right, I'm sorry.
When
So
it comes out.
we have no potential refunds out of that $12,250.
Not that I'm aware of.
This
Yeah,
is
if they
only unlocked, right?
Huh?
Land use change tax?
Yeah,
I mean, I have a list, and I've started making a list for this year on what's been paid,
okay,
okay, and what was paid last year.
okay,
So last year was only 5,500,
yeah.
okay? This year so far is 9,300 so far.
She's collected $12,250.
50.
But don't you combine years?
I'm on a calendar.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
This is
Yes.
calendar year.
Yeah,
It could be a 2010 levy that was collected in 2011.
Yes.
right, that's the difference.
Okay.
I remember, we had that
Yeah, that's
discussion
always been.
last year.
That's always been a bugaboo, yeah.
Because
Okay.
of the way that the year, our,
We run on a calendar.